Good freaking morning, people. Big Red here. Thank you all for coming back to my Red Talk. Today is currently Monday. Monday, January 22nd. And I can't believe it's February. Basically February. That's where we're at right now. It's essentially February. This is so crazy. So we jump right into things here and get into a little football talk first. So yesterday, the Detroit Lions took down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, I had very high hopes for Baker Mayfield and the Bucs to pull that one out, and they did not. But it was a very good game. The Bucs were like the ultimate wild card. You know, Baker Mayfield is all over the place. He's like, you know, Baker's one of those guys where like he's a good quarterback, but he's not a good quarterback. You know, I don't know how to make that make sense, but if you know football, you understand what that means. And it's funny because I've been seeing a lot of like comparisons this year, and like everybody has pretty much come to the consensus that Baker Mayfield is what we all hoped Johnny Manziel would be. And I agree with that completely. He's, you know, obnoxious, dancing all over the place. Whoa, excuse me. Yeah, all over the place. It's great. It's great to watch. It's I absolutely excuse me. Sorry about that headphone warning. But you know, Baker Mayfield was fun to watch. And he just makes things happen, and he makes things happen very unorthodox ways. Like I give him credit, man. I give him credit. He balled out this year. He did his thing, and I'm excited for him that he got to where he got to. Right, that Detroit Lions team, however, is a different animal. I think they're nasty, bro. They're nasty. That coach has got those boys fired up and literally ready to run straight into oncoming fire at any moment. And it's kind of cool to see. So I think I saw the Lions haven't been to a championship game since 1992, which is wild because that was over 30 years ago. So this is the first time that they've made it, which is cool to see. You know, always like that. And the only issue they got is that they will be going up against San Francisco 49ers, who's a very, very powerful team. Brock Purdy he's legit. You know, he is going to sign a contract next year for a lot of money. And rightfully so. He deserves it. So, hoping I think that's going to be a really good game. I think that the Detroit defense is kind of unmatched at this point. Not unmatched, but like they're it. They're them. You know, they're fucking good. people know that. On top of that, Jared Goff is playing incredibly well. I think the only true wild card here is if Deebo Samuel is back, and they had another, I think, two key guys that were injured. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. So we'll see. That'll be, I think that'll be a really good game. I'm excited for that one. And then yesterday as well, Buffalo Bills played the Kansas City Chiefs at Buffalo, right? Listen, I'm going to talk about Bills Mafia for a minute. All right, Bills Mafia is unmatched. There is nothing like the Bills Mafia, and I don't care who you are, what you think is, you're wrong. I'm going to tell you right now, you're wrong. All right, I'm going to tell you that because the Bills had probably 40,000 people line up to shovel out the stadium so that they won't delay that game. All right, Buffalo's under 15 feet of snow right now. And fans are driving to the stadium to shovel out the stadium. Come on. All right, on top of that, okay, the Bills Mafia tailgates, everybody's seen it. Everybody's jumping off mounds of snow into burning tables. You don't get that anywhere. Literally nowhere. All right, watching the game last night, any little thing that goes against Buffalo, right, the crowd lets you hear it, which is awesome. And I've been to 2 Bills games in Buffalo. I went to a Bills-Ravens game, and I went to a Bills-Jets game. Both of those were probably the best experience I've ever had at an NFL game. There was nothing like it. Literally nothing like it. It was from the tailgate to in the game, and then coming out of the stadium, completely unmatched. There's literally nothing like it. And when I was there, it's funny because last time, I think it was the first game I went to. I think we went to a night game. Yeah, I think it was either 4 o'clock game or a night game. I honestly don't remember. And I remember going, because my best friend Mike lives in Buffalo, and he is Bills Mafia. He is the stereotypical one. And I'm sleeping at his house. This is when I was competing in strongman, so I went to a competition in Buffalo and ended up spending a couple of days up there to hang out with them. So he wakes me up at 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday and is like, all right, get in the shower, we're going to the tailgate. I was like, game's not for another 10 hours. What are we doing? He's like, no, we got to go tailgate. Okay. Got up 8 o'clock in the morning, jumped in the shower, got dressed. We were at the tailgate by, 10 o'clock. And I'm pretty sure that it was a night game. So we were there for a long time. And when I tell you every single person is crazy, every single person is crazy. They're all wasted, out of their minds. They're climbing on cars, they're throwing rocks, they're I wore a jet hat to the one tailgate, and I was getting shit thrown at me left and right. People throwing hot dogs. It's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely. It's the best. If you're a fan of football and you have the opportunity to experience a Bills Mafia game, you must do it. Must do it. No questions asked. You have to. definitely go to one of those. But coming back to the game yesterday, Kansas City traveling to Buffalo. Right, I was pretty pumped for this game, and rightfully so, because it turned out to be one of the better games. Probably one of the better games this postseason so far. And Taylor Swift was in Buffalo, of course. The funniest thing I saw was a little kid had a picture. Now, everybody's seen this meme where it's like girl walking facing you, like looking at it, and then a couple walking holding hands, and the guy turns around and looks at the girl. So I'm pretty sure everybody's seen that meme. And some kid drew a picture of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, like holding hands, walking, and then Josh Allen was facing in front, and then Taylor Swift looking back at Josh Allen. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal job by this kid, and was holding it like where Taylor walked into the stadium, and it was, she saw it. This video's all over Instagram, so go look for it because it's funny. It is funny. I think SportsCenter put it up on Instagram. Taylor Swift is there. Jason Kelce's there, shirtless, in his Walmart sweatpants and boots and a hat on, just slamming beers. Like, what an environment to be in. Right, on top of that, the game was sick. Josh Allen rushing for touchdowns, like Travis Kelce scored twice. Back and forth the entire game. Some questionable calls on offense by the Bills. And ultimately came down to that the Bills kicker missed a field goal to tie the game with like a minute and 50 seconds left, I think it was. And Kansas City ultimately came out on top, which is not what I saw coming. I was pretty confident that the Bills were gonna take them down. The last couple of years, they have lost in Kansas City to Kansas City, so I thought for sure this year Kansas City traveling to Buffalo would make the difference, but it didn't. So, wrapped up another year of Bills Mafia. All right, we have a full calendar year before we see people jumping through tables and stuff again. But man, it's like those Kansas City Chiefs, man, they own the Bills right now. They own them. Last night was the best shot that they had to take them down. And, just came up a little short. It happens. So now the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Baltimore Ravens now, which I personally don't even, I think nobody can touch Lamar Jackson right now. Lamar Jackson is playing on a different level than everybody else, and it's absolutely wild to me. Like I think his stat line from Saturday was, I think he threw for 150 with 2 passing touchdowns, rushed for 100 with 2 rushing touchdowns. Like, who's putting those numbers on the board? Literally nobody. No turnovers, and I think he went, I want to say he went 16 for 22. Those numbers are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Quite literally nobody's doing that. Nobody. So I think the Chiefs got their hands full with the Ravens here. And, I've been calling it for a while. I think that the Ravens and the 49ers would be in the Super Bowl. Now, there's a lot of funny stuff, too, that the script was leaked and all that, because the last couple of years, the big thing has been that the NFL scripted and all of this, and there was like a post on some news channel where it was like, Usher will perform at the halftime this year on this date during the Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers game. So it's like kind of funny. I mean, at this point, I obviously wouldn't be shocked if it was scripted. And then my favorite theory is that each year they obviously script the season, script how it's going to go, and then the Super Bowl logo it's always got two colors, kind of like ombre into each other. You know what I mean? So like two colors fade into each other. And this year it's purple and red. So the last couple years, like, the colors have matched up to what teams played in the Super Bowl. So the world is thinking now that they tell us in the color of the Super Bowl logo who's going to be in the Super Bowl. I mean, who knows if that's true? Who knows if, 3 years from now, 3 years in a row, if that happens, maybe we have a coincidence on our hands, a little quinky dink. But it's definitely an interesting conspiracy to think about. I probably never would have thought about it, but I saw it and it makes sense, and I can get behind it. I can definitely get behind it. So yeah, that being said, it's Monday. All right, we got pop on McAfee today and see what he's got going on. Jason Kelsey is all over the internet, jumping in and out of the suite, like, shirtless, chugging beers right behind Taylor Swift. Some funny stuff. So, other than that football talk went a little longer than I thought, so I'm going to leave it there. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you think's going to be in the Super Bowl. Drop a comment down below. If if you think the NFL scripted, whatever, anything I talked about, fire away in the comments. I'm heartbroken for the Bills. That's a shitty way to go out, but such is life. And that's really it. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn all the post notifications on, all that good jazz. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace.